Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the 2023 M3 sedan. That means it's a 6-speed manual transmission. Of course, this is a customer ordered car. And if you remember back to the Alpine White with the performance suspension, high adjustable suspension, that was his original order. Obviously, we couldn't change it. It went in production. It's super fast, but we got him on the next available allocation that we got, and here it is finally arriving, and avoided the stop sale for the knock sensor. So we'll talk about this one in particular. So this is fresh off the truck. It has not undergone the pre-delivery inspection or PDI. So this is what your car looks like off the truck. So some things aren't going to be working, and you'll notice that the suspension is really high, and that's because it still has the shipping blocks in it. You can see we have the laser lights and the parking assistance package. So you cannot get the driving assistance professional package on the manual transmission cars. All right, make our way to the side. So over on the side, we have the 826M wheels bicolor with the red M compound brake calipers and the Pirelli P0. So no tire lottery win for this particular customer. But I think maybe the 825 bicolors might be a better look against Isle of Man green. Again, that's going to be very subjective, but I think it'd look really great with the 825Ms. And unfortunately, not a lot of you out there spec the M3, M4 with the 825s, and I think you're going to be missing out a little bit. But I get 826 looks great as well. Move it out back. Get our M3 badging in chrome. Had the quad exhaust, 100mm exhaust tips, and the extended shed-line trim, which means you have the gurney flap in the back there in high gloss black. And taking our launch spec M3. This is basically how it looked. Isle of Man green, I think it's Kyalami Orange, which is, we'll show very shortly what this car has as well. A very nice green color. Not a deep green and not a light green or a loud green like signal green, which is on the CS version of this car. All right, so opening up, we have the Kyalami Orange full merino leather. You can tell that because the door cards here are Kyalami Orange rather than being black, which is a change in, I think it was 2023, made that change. I think get the little covers off the buckets a little bit here. Doing this one hand is kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so here's, I'll just do it this way here. So very, very lovely color. And of course the carbon buckets add that extra sort of pizzazz, I think, to the M3 or M4. All right, so pull that back down. Then we'll hop in and go over pricing and details. All right, so again, inside we've got our M steering wheel, the tricolor stitching, you can see right there, red M1, M2 buttons, iDrive 8 instrument panel, as well as the curved display, and then carbon fiber trim. Now, unfortunately, you're still paying, I think it's like $950 for the carbon fiber trim, but you don't get, obviously, the shift paddles here. So for the exact package, to make that change in the convertible where it's a little bit cheaper, I don't see why it's not cheaper getting carbon fiber in the manual transmission where you don't get part of what you're actually paying for. Of course, in the middle, 6-speed manual transmission. All the goodies you come to expect. Setup and M mode. So M mode, if you get the M Drive Professional, you get an extra mode there called Track, which this one does have. Your setup button here gets you into the current setup or configuration of the M1, M2 buttons. And with the M1, M2, you can configure auto start stop off. If you don't have it set up, you just basically just press this button here to turn it off. All right, so starting price of the 2023 M3, $74,300. Isle of Man Green adds another $650, and then the full leather adds $2,300. You get a little bit of a break when you order it with the exec package. Parking assistance package for another $700, exec package for $1,550. $900 for the M Drive Professional, another $1,300 for the 826 M wheels. And that's because it comes stock with the 824s, which are 1819 rather than 1920. $300 for the Shadowline lights, $950 for the carbon fiber trim, $4,500 for the bucket seats, $1,000 for the lasers, and then $100 for the drive recorder, and $200 for the wireless device charging. All told, MSRP of just under $90,000. Of course, you can go full nuts and get many different things added as M Performance parts. But option-wise, I think from factory, this is a pretty well optioned car. Almost everything you can get on the manual transmission car. All right, move into the back. So again, this one still has the comfort access in the back. Curious to see if that's going to change in the future. If they pull the cover up a little bit, I hope I can do this one-handed. Maybe not. A little bit of the carbon fiber, which is fantastic, and it saves about 22 pounds, I think it is, and allows the back seats passengers to have a little bit more legroom, as well as enabling you as the driver or passenger to sit lower in the vehicle. So here's the view from the back seat. Wide angle this out a little bit, but obviously a really nice looking cabin. And your climate control zone in the back here for the rear passengers. And I'd say knee room and legroom really, really good for a 3 Series. And of course, headroom really not an issue for the M3. But I think a really nice cabin, and we'll take a look at the trunk and then go to the hood. All right, make our way to the boot of the car. So again, no kick to open for the M3, M4. But you do have a powered trunk. So close and lock. And then a pretty decent sized boot, if you will. Go ahead and close that. And our carbon fiber roof, I think, is, again, a must get on an M3, M4. So if you want the roof, it's there as an option for you. But I think mostly it's a really rare option, at least for us. Maybe a handful of customers ordered the moonroof. That tended to be the M3 sedan for some reason, base model. So underneath the hood here is the S58 3-liter twin turbo engine, 473 horsepower and 406 torques. All right, back up over here. You take in Isle of Man Green, the launch spec, if you will, for the G80. And that's it. We'll see you at the next video.